Yeah, first I would like to touch on, you mentioned about digital transformation. I think the way I think about it is the business transformation, right? There are new business models coming in. And from a technology standpoint, it's a great time because these are big enablers for the business. Either you're trying to um, solve an internal problem or an external customers from a SaaS standpoint. So my priorities, I think, Hans kind of gave a good intro into for our cloud, for our SaaS model, our customers, as the demand is growing, right? The first and foremost, which is important for me for 2018 or beyond, is bringing that intelligence, because there are only fewer people, and we got to get the job done. And building that automation, whether it's AI, ML, integrations, using Workato type technologies, bringing that efficiency such that we can deliver that customer value. That's number one. What's equally important is it's not just adding more stuff, right? You have to do cost efficiently, because in a SaaS model, there's a revenue top line and then there is a cost. So you have to manage that cost efficiently. That's my second goal. And third is, I would say, which is super important because we got some large customers, we have to continue providing that assurance and compliance from a security standpoint. So using AI, ML, automation, and doing more work there to provide that assurance to our customers. The human aspect of what we talk is definitely a big challenge because the complexity you have to deal with is significant right now, and it's getting more and more, right? One is operating and staying current with the technology stack, right?
I think the key things that people value is being able to turn it off, right?
Yeah.
So that's what we try to support. Make it possible for people to switch it off at some point of time, right? So the information overload is not going to get any better, right? So the key things that we focus on is helping people prioritize, and then giving them the ability to switch it off.
It's really starting to look for certain types of patterns, right? So we start with some of the basics. We know what things that we want to look for and start to develop more advanced methods for us to analyze that data set. And eventually, we want to build our own algorithms and models to be able to identify issues that might predict potential issues or problems in advance, right? So a lot of times, or initially, a lot of it is around using it for forensics, identify what happened, but then starting to move more towards, okay, can we start to identify trends and behaviors that'll help us to manage and deliver the service in a better way? So I think in the future, machine learning will help us with that. Artificial intelligence will drive that even further for us.
I think I see this as a great opportunity, right? A new way of doing work, and some of them have a clear mindset on following more modern type of the operations, and you have to provide that avenue for training or skill set upgrade. I think it's a collection of all you have to do. I don't think there's one set answer for that.
Okay.
I think the way I see right now. Definitely there are going to be more tools. I don't know if that is going to be a big challenge. I don't know how you can manage that. But building that capability is kind of important in terms of capturing the data events in a repository and coming up with a self-service type of model relative to the type of analytics you're looking for, right? So for me, the priority is the technology is there to some extent. And I see this as tools to help enable the team. And building that capability is a high priority for me right now, right? Bringing all sets of data into one place.
Collecting the data and having the data is the key. I mean, the days of throwing away data, you can't do that. A machine learning algorithm can't learn unless it's got a pool of data to learn from, and then a pool of data that it's tested against to predict to see how well it performs, and then to predict the future. So having the data then lets your systems decide whether this is something whether based on past behavior, something bad is going to happen. We have a customer who says, we can now predict 30 minutes before an item is going to crash. Like, well, okay, we don't want to predict that it's going to crash. Now we're going to remediate automatically when we see those triggers. And we know that based on history. It was the database was running out. There were maybe connections running out. Storage was running out of storage. Something wasn't scaling. So now when you've seen something go bad before and you woke someone up in the middle of the night, now we can automate that and figure out what the remediation, apply the remediation that was done manually to that process automatically the next time. So at least we won't crash the same way twice. We'll come up with a new way of crashing the next time. It's more valuable for a company to retrain their current employees to learn AI than to hire outside AI experts. The tools are getting better that, like with products that have built-in algorithms to apply to a problem, to analyze and apply machine learning, the skill level of that's necessary. You don't need to be a data science engineer to apply these things now because the tools are applying it for you automatically.
In our experience, it's just the way that people want to work.
I always look at where the biggest time sinks are, and I focus all my effort and resources on that. It's a very unique, site reliability engineering is a very unique skill set. So what you're essentially looking for is a combination of a software engineer who has a infrastructure mindset.
It's a new personality trait in the world of SRE. In IT ops, in the olden days, it was like, I want to see a green light or I want to see a red light, just tell me if it's broken and, you know, whatever. And this SRE mentality is a lot, it's curious and it's seeking opportunities for improvement and it's wanting to, maybe the light's green, but I want to know how green it is and why it's green today versus a day before. And so both that personality trait and then like you're talking about this, this is systems approach, I think, and I don't know if that just comes with maturity or in time on the job, but you know, you get a lot of folks out of Code Academy that aren't really understanding like the full system approach that you need to be thinking about to be strong in SRE. So
I think in SRE, it is an innate, a unique skill set. Somebody, you mentioned curiosity, right? There's lots of abstraction layers, so they need to understand what's happening below that abstraction layer to be able to really kind of solve and support this environment.
Data.
Excellence.
change.
For me, it's opportunity.
I would say is exciting for years to come.